Hi. Hey, did you ever keep a diary when you were a kid? Was it memoir worthy? You never know, but today's book is all about a fifth grader and her memoirs. So stick around for a good one. Hey, hi, it's Gretchen again with Book Bites with the Booklady. Yes, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you're listening to this or watching. This is day 3 of NaPodPoMo, and I'm having a good time with this. And I have rediscovered some wonderful treasures in children's literature that I have missed for a while since I retired from being a school librarian. Now, this particular book was one that came out a little bit later. I believe we used it in Battle of the Books at our school. And it was published, let's see, in 2004. All right. It's really an interesting book. And I think this is one where I'm going to read the introduction that the author wrote, because the introduction will probably speak to you as an adult, that kid part of you. And then I'll give you the book bite, the hook. But it's a good one, and I think you are going to like it. So the book is by Esme Raji Kodel, and Esme Raji Kodel kept a doll buggy full of diaries when she was growing up, which helped her write this book. She's the acclaimed author of Vive la Paris, the companion to her first novel, Sahara Special, which was the winner of the IRA Children's Book Award, a Kirkus Editor's Choice, and a BookSense 76 title, one title. She has also written Hanukkah Shmonica, named the 2006 Notable Children's Book by Association of Jewish Libraries, and the beloved fairy tale twist, Diary of a Fairy Godmother. Well, that's a good one. And the exuberant guide for adults, How to Get Your Child to Love Reading. She's a former teacher, bookseller, and children's librarian. She lives in Chicago with her husband and son. So, the name of this book is called Sing a Song of Tuna Fish, a memoir of my 5th grade year. This one touches my heart and I think is going in my bag with me when I go visit my granddaughter next week, because she is a 5th grader. And it is one of those books that when you read it or you read it to someone, it's going to spark conversations, because there's going to be terminology that are generational that the current generation might not understand. But boy, the conversation and the sparks that that can generate, and the interest, and it's just wonderful. So sit back, get comfy, pour yourself a cup of something comfortable, and let's listen to a bit from Sing a Song of Tuna Fish, a memoir of my 5th grade year. Introduction. Let me tell you something. When you're a kid, you think you're going to remember everything. You think you're going to remember everyone who sits next to you in class and all the things that crack you up. You think you're going to remember all your favorite foods and toys and the place where you live and all the things that make your family yours and not the family down the street or across the hall. You think you're going to remember every punishment and big test and rainy day. You think you're going to remember how you feel being a kid. You think you will remember so well that you will be the best grown-up who ever lived. And you might. Or you might be like me, who isn't all that old yet, but already old enough to get a kind of amnesia. Memories are like days and bones and paper. They turn to dust, and they change if they are not preserved. Mercifully, a few are packed away. When you're a grown-up, your brain is something like an attic. You have to shove stuff around and dig in some old boxes before you find what you're looking for. That's why if you ask grown-ups for a story, sometimes they have to scratch their heads or pull their chins. They are looking for stories in their attic. Searching in my attic, I found a box marked 1979. After blowing away the dust, I found some memoirs that survived the passage of time. These are the stories that stuck. Who knows? Maybe you can use my stories. Maybe they will help you pack your own more carefully, just in case the strange and improbable day should arrive that you forget what it was like to be a child. Though I hope it never does. And that's the introduction to Sing a Song of Tuna Fish. So let's dive in to Chapter 1, my book bite for you for today, or at least part of Chapter 1, The Egg Patrol. Let me tell you something about my mom. For a while there, she wasn't afraid of burning bridges. That means she wasn't afraid of making it hard to go back to somewhere she had been. For instance, when my mother quit her job as a waitress, she smashed a ketchup bottle against the wall. You work hard for so little money and then they want something extra, she explained. Why not burn bridges? Go ahead. If you work hard once, you know you can work hard again. So you don't have to be afraid. But building bridge after bridge to replace the ones you've burned makes a person tired and a little ornery. My mother worked very hard all her life. After she was a waitress, she was a housekeeper. Then she settled into being a secretary, like her own mother. She worked in fancy air-conditioned offices downtown, typing more than 100 words a minute. Once I went to my mom's office and watched one of her bosses flirt with her. "I'm going on a business trip, Kitty," he said, even though my mom's name was Betty. "You gonna miss me?" "No," she said, "not at all." "Aw, come on." He sat on her desk. "Tell me that you'll miss me." "Sure," she said. "I'm great at lying. Come back soon. Don't get in a fiery crash." He finally gave up. "Mom, why'd you let him call you Kitty? Why didn't you tell him to—" Mom kept typing and didn't say anything at all, which meant, someday you'll know why. But I didn't worry, because however long Mom bottled things up, sooner or later, she would smash that bottle. Boy, there's so many things in just those first 2 pages of that story that can spark a conversation of how things were and how things are now, and maybe how they're the same. First of all, what is typing? Who's going to know what typing 100 words a minute was? But, you know, and some of the other issues that came up. That's why this was such a good book when we had it with Battle of the Books. Our fifth graders really got into some interesting discussions. I think that if you want to, this is a good one to pick up. I picked mine up at a used bookstore. It's been around a while. Most of these that I'm going to share with you over NaPodPoMo are books that I am getting out of the library. I might have some in my own collection, but some I just picked up at a used bookstore. They're good ones. Anyway, I hope you liked today's book bite with the Booklady. Might spark a little bit of conversation, might inspire you to go pick this book up, might make you laugh a little bit, or remember your own diaries. Where are they? Could you dig them up? And what kind of stories would they bring to the forefront? How would they help solve that amnesia or the way things really were compared to what you remember them as? But that's Book Bites for you. Until next time, everybody, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. And I'll see you tomorrow.